Welcome to the ArmaniTalks podcast. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks, and in this podcast, I'm helping you level up your 5 soft skills: public speaking, storytelling, social dynamics, emotional intelligence, and creativity. 5 soft skills for you to change your life forever, skyrocket your confidence along the way. For today's episode, we're going to be breaking down the Law of Reciprocity. This was a law that I first heard from Robert Cialdini's book, Persuasion. And when he brought up this law, I started to realize that it literally pays to be kind. And Law of Reciprocity, what it means is that when we do favors for others, they're much more inclined to want to pay off that debt. They want to do favors back for us. So imagine that you drop one of your friends off to the airport and he goes to Hawaii for the weekend. He comes back from Hawaii and once again, you pick him up from the airport. But this time, you also add on to that by taking him out for lunch. In addition to that, you also buy him a couple of beers. In addition to that, you also pay for the movie ticket. And you just keep doing more and more favors for this person. Now, part of this guy is going to wonder how he or she can repay you back now. Because the more favors that you're doing for them, the more that they feel wired to want to give you something back. That's what the Law of Reciprocity is all about. Well, what does this exactly mean for you in terms of communication skills? Well, one of the main things that I can see in terms of communication skills, especially on the online space, is that content marketing is now taking up a brand new light, especially when you're combining it with this psychology law. Just think about it. What is content? Content is information. And why would someone be consuming your content? They're consuming your content because the information that you're providing is of value in some way to this person. You may be listening to the ArmaniTalks podcast because it helps you with communication skills, and this is a part of your life that you want to level up on. Let's say you're listening to a podcast that talks about the importance of music. This person is fulfilling a certain need. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to this information. So every time someone is consuming a certain piece of information on the online space, that means they're getting value out of it. They're either learning more, they're either feeling some kind of way, they're either feeling more empowered, etc. There's different sorts of feelings that this person is having regarding the content. Now, this is huge. This is huge because the more content that you can provide with value, the more of a core audience that you begin attracting. And what happens is that now these group of people, not only do they know you, but they like you and trust you as well. Those are the 3 key staples in terms of any online business, especially if you're a person that's a content creator. If you want to get a sale, any sort of transaction, if you want to influence people in any sort of way, they need to know you, like you, and trust you to a certain extent. And what I mean by a certain extent is that you're not creepy. You're not a mooch. You're not asking for the sale before you value in the first place. So this is a powerful concept for you to understand, especially if you are a content creator. Now you have more initiative to create extremely valuable content. Don't just do it for the views, the ratings, the subscribers, that kind of stuff. Because now you're not leading with the law of reciprocity in mind. Focus on the bigger picture. Anytime that you're giving to other people, they feel much more inclined to give back. So give that value away for free. Give podcast episodes, give blogs, give YouTube videos, tweets in your expertise, whatever you're good in, whatever you're inclined to speak about. And from there, others will want to buy your products, services, or engage with you in some kind of way. If you don't believe that the law of reciprocity exists, then one of the best things to do is find out for yourself. See how you can give back But don't go in with the intention of trying to get something back as well. Just see how the other person behaves on their own. If they also feel inclined to give back, then you know that Robert Cialdini, the author of Influence, may be onto something. So check it out, and this is one of the great ways to build your people skills, especially online. As we transition into the digital world, understanding the digital landscape is no longer just a hobby or things that people are doing to pass time. It's a true way to provide income for yourself. So if you're going to spend time on the internet, see how you can leverage it to not only learn about psychology, but who knows, build a business in the process. Thank you for joining the Armani Talks podcast, and I'll catch you on the next episode.